Hello, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to make a short video about a new Kickstarter called Emberleaf. Now, I'm talking about this game today because I received a specific request from a subscriber asking what I thought about the game, as the Kickstarter is active right now. Now, this is not a sponsored review at all, and I don't have a review copy of this game to show you. I haven't even played the game, but because somebody asked me, I looked at the rules, I saw how the game was played, and I tried to get a sense of whether or not this is a game that I might recommend to back. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Here is what I like most about the game's design. We'll talk briefly about that. It is a card action selection tableau building game. Now, this could be very likened to the game Concordia in this way. You start the game with several cards in your hand. All of these cards are associated with an action, and they all have stats. You play it in front of you, not just in a discard pile, but in a tableau. So you've got 2 rows and I think 4 columns. So you can place it anywhere that you want, which is useful later. Now, as you place this, there's not a whole lot going on in terms of adjacency. It's not like a tile placing game where adjacency matters. So really, you've just got 8 spots for you to place 8 cards. And at any time, you can choose, instead of to play a card, to slide your cards. Now, this is very similar to refreshing your cards in a game like Mombasa or Concordia or Revive. But instead of doing what those other games would do and picking up all of your cards, in this game your cards all slide 1 column to the left, and as they slide over, some of those cards trigger an event. So even though you're just sliding your cards over, you still get to perform some actions depending on what you've played. Now, the cards that slide off of your tableau, there's only going to be 2 cards. Those cards go back into your hand. So you do regain 2 cards, and you do create 2 new spaces. But in order to get all your cards, you have to keep sliding. So what's neat is that you get to actually seriously think and plan about how you want to place your cards. Because if you place in the far right column, then it's going to take 4 sliding actions for it to slide off of your board and go back into your hand. But if it's one of these cards that gets triggered every time you slide, you can generate that event multiple times. Or you could play that card, a card that doesn't have a great sliding action on the far left column, and then when you slide, nothing happens, but it gets back in your hand. You can play it again and again. Now, what kinds of actions are you doing in this game? Well, you're moving around a map, you're building buildings, you're attacking dangerous areas on the map, and you're gathering supplies. So 4 basic actions, very simple for like the kinds of things you'd play on any game that really has a map. But it's one of those games, much like some games like Terra Mystica, for example, where as you move pieces from your player board onto the main board, your player board gives you more actions, or not actions, unique abilities. So I always enjoy that. I always enjoy games that use the removal of pieces as a way to upgrade your player board. That's something that's in Crusaders, for example, and I really, really like Crusaders for exactly that reason. So I like that. I love this I've never seen this before. Maybe it exists. I can compare it to games like Concordia and Mombasa, but the fact that you don't get your cards back all at once, but 2 at a time, and how you place them is really up to you. You don't have to play them left to right. You can play them anywhere you want. I think there's some really cool problem solving. This is something that I definitely want to review in person. So that is the game Emberleaf. I think it's very exciting. I did not like Isle of Cats, by the way. Same designers of Isle of Cats. Was not impressed at that at all. I sold it pretty soon after I bought it. But this one turns over a new leaf. Joke. So I think I would go for this. So thank you for your question, and I hope that my response was helpful to you. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.